Hello everyone, welcome back to the Value Man channel. I'm sure that you've been watching and had one or two titters of joy watching me. I've been away for a while, I've been busy, and finally I've tied the knot. Got married a couple of weeks ago and it's the best thing I've ever done, so I've been told to say. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I've had a couple of good days at Cheltenham. I've been training with Ben and Donald and Philip, so I'm just putting these on here now for them to watch and hopefully lose the money that they've won in fun. So here we are anyway at Cheltenham. It's the third day today at Cheltenham, and it's the new course, the old course today, which is needs a bit more stamina than it has done over the last 2 days. So hopefully we've got some picked out. I'm in front now, and whatever happens the next 2 days, it's just fun and I can't lose, so I'm quite happy. So we'll start with the 130. I think they're going a bit too fast for Up Charlie, the top one. Needs a bog and needs a bit further. I'm not sure that it'll get that today. Captain Conan, jumping's not perfect, and in a quality race like this, it needs to be a jump and get round without making any mistakes, and it needs a longer trip and softer going, so again, not for me. I think Cycle Orange should be able to run the race to suit itself. It's a 3 miler, over 2.5 miles today, 2 mile 5. Should be able to go off a bit faster than some of the others that will only just stay at 2.5 miles, and because it stays 3 miles, I think it'll still be there at the end. I think that Third Intention is consistent, but a bit like Leeds United, when the going gets tough, it throws towel in, you know. So, and it's going to be a tough finish today, so I think it might be third. But Dynast looks to have the race at its mercy. Only worry to me is the stable form. Stable form's not been brilliant. They've had a couple of horses that should have run and haven't been run because they've not been well or whatever, and it just a worry that they've run a couple over Cheltenham and they've not run very well. So I'm just a bit worried. But on all known form, you've got to back Dynast. You know, at 6-4, 7-4, it's a good price. I think I'm going to do Cycle Orange to come second to it. I think that'll be a fair forecast. 205. It's a tough race. Close house. It needs to improve to win, and it's not without bounds of doing that. I mean, Pipe Yard target this race for some of their horses, and you know it's got a chance, but I don't think it'll win. Shut That Front Door, been winning its races, weak races, not been very impressive. Lacking an experience for a race of this quality. I mean, with all these runners at a fast pace, it's got no experience for this sort of race, and it's such a short price. Just that sort of price because it's got McCoy in it. They will win a race, no doubt, over the Cheltenham Festival, but they've not gone close yet, you know. Stonemaster and Jetson both need to going to be like a bog, and it's not going to be like that at all today, so not for me. I've narrowed it down to just 6 runners. There's Close House from the stable I was saying, the Pipe stable. Top of the range, it looked to be improving. If you take the race at face value last time, it has improved, but I think that the way the race went, it just fell into its lap at the end, and that won't happen today, so I can't see it winning. The £7 that Christopher Ward can claim on that Hard Killer Witness gives it a nice weight, and at a big price, it's got a squeaker being in the places. But my top 3, the Sam Winner, who's got pins in its legs, it's had a year off, it's been over fences. Well, back over hurdles now. It's run well last 2 times. The problem is, its favourite, it's never ever run over this trip. It's looked like it's going to be suited by it, but until they do it, you don't know. And it's a strong race to be favourite in over something you've never done before. So I won't back it to win at that price, you know. Captain Sunshine, it's been running well when the rest of the stable haven't been running very well. Well, the stable's coming back into form now, and so if that horse improves a little bit, it's got to be with a big shout at the end. It's got to be a danger, you know. Well, I think with the doubts been about the short price runners, I think that Patesi has been chasing, don't like it, can't jump, come back to hurdles. It's got really good form over hurdles. It likes this cost, always runs well here. Goings come right for it. And at 50-1, 6-6-1, I think it's got to have a fair squeak of that. So I think I'm going to do that, Patesi, and a saving on Captain Sunshine, you know. 240 race, trainer or owners, because they pay the fees, they've dropped off Alan Corley from Champions Court and put Jason Maguire on it. Well, horse has got to improve £10 for him riding it, and I don't think it can do that. You know, I don't think Alan Corley's done all wrong. I just think the horse hasn't been quite good enough. But owner pays the bills, so you know. I don't think First Lieutenant's good. I don't think he's got the class to win it. It wants a bog. It's overpriced. Sorry, it's underpriced because of the trainer and the owners and that, and it's more on expectation of what it's going to do than what it's done so far. So I won't back it at that price. Alberta's Run, lovely horse. They always target this race or a race track with this horse. It doesn't matter how long it's had off. It usually runs well. It loves it here, and they're always come right for it. But it's 12 years old now, so a bit like me, you lose a bit of your speed when you get old. You go from off at stamina, So, Q card, jumping, occasionally lets him down. Well, in the race, we're going to be running at the sort of pace he's run at. If he makes a mistake and loses a couple of ends, it puts him at the back of the field again. So, while he's still improving and he might not make mistakes today, then he will probably virtually win. It's always a worry around here. I'd rather take a chance on Riverside Theatre. It had excellent form. Last couple of seasons, didn't get beat. But then at the end of last season, beginning of the season, it's run really, really bad. But it turns out that the horse has got ulcers. You know what it's like when you get ulcers. So the trainers treated the ulcers and they think they've got him back right. It hadn't run for a few weeks, but, if it had not have run the 2 bad races, it would be like 3-1 favourite nearly. But because it's run 2 bad races, it's like 7-1. So it's a bit of value. You're just taking a chance that the trainer's got it back right. It's got everything in its favour. The going's right for it, the whole lot. So to me, it's a good value there. 320. Get me out of here. It's another John Jewell horse that's been performing badly. When the money's down, it'll improve and it'll win. But looking at the betting, it doesn't look like that's today. Pedder's Cross, lovely horse, not good enough to win. Rev de Sola was going to be my selection all along, but now the ground's dried out, you can't have it. It needs bottomless going to bring its stamina to play, and I can't see that at all. I doubt if Solwit will stay the trip. It's never run over this distance, not within half a mile of this trip. Stays on a little bit, but it's a championship race, and if you've never run over the distance, it's an hard race to test you out to see if you can stay this trip. An extra 4 furlongs. Wonderful charm. It could be anything. Form is okay, but if it were trained by anybody else, it'd be twice the price. It'd be 25-1. It might win, it might improve, but it needs to improve a stone to win. Not out of the realms of possibility, but Smad Place. Now, I like Smad Place. It's been trained for the race. It's got good form. The going's come right for it. The stable's in form. It's got every single thing in its favour today. The only problem is it good enough to win? Well, we'll see. Oscar Whiskey. I think last time everyone thinks it proved its stamina because it only just got beat, but it was a slowly run race, didn't quite get there. Rev de Savola just done on, and I think that the stamina blunted Oscar Whiskey's speed, and that's what Oscar Whiskey has, is speed. And at the end of this trip today, it'll be a fairly fast run race. I think he'll be found wanting for stamina. I think he won't get up that running. Winner, I think he'll be Bog Warrior. It's run well over hurdles, went chasing, did okay. Come back to Erdon, it's been a revelation. It's really, really improving. It's 9 years old. It could still improve some more. Doesn't need to. I think its form is good enough to win it. So I think that Bog Warrior will win, and Smad Place is the main danger. So I'm backing Bog Warrior and Smad Place for the forecast. 4 o'clock. It's got to be the hardest race of the week so far. If I win, it's great. But tomorrow, there'll be some more hard races tomorrow, no doubt. Pocker Lane, one of my favourite horses. It's getting a bit long in the tooth now. Won here 5 times. It's come down nearly a stone in the weights. If it's in form, if it's back in form, which I think, looking at its last run, it's getting there. It's got a big chance at a big price, And Nichols, they're not daft, you know what I mean? So you can't totally rule it out. Capa de Cerise, that's my French accent for you, is a typical Venetia Williams horse. Been brought along slowly. I think it needs to improve some more. I think it's another 2 races or so to get to the standard that it needs to win today. So I won't back it today. Calgary Bray. Since it's left Biddlecombe, since Mrs. Knight's retired and it's got a Mick Shannon's yard, I haven't shown any sparkle of form really. So you couldn't back it until it shows some spark. Cantlow, it's improving. McCoy's on it, but it lacks the experience of a big race like this. I just think it'd be fine walking over these fences. Now, Bally-Nagur, come over from France, gambled on, wins by street, an absolute canter. You look at the form at face value, that's really good, but it was a slow time. Warwick's fences are nothing like as stiff as Cheltenham. They're going bottomless at Warwick. Everything's changed today, so you've got stiffer fences, you've got faster going. It might win, but at favourite, I don't think, I wouldn't back it anyway. I'm not saying it won't win, but I wouldn't back it. It could bolt up, but anyway. Hunt Ball, one of my favourites. I talked to it a lot on Facebook. Got a lot of weight. I think that he'll probably run into a place. I think that last time it didn't stay the 3 mile 2. I think today it's its ideal course, ideal distance, ideal going, everything in its place, but it's just got a lot of weight. I think it'll be placed. Vino Grigio, it's found a new lease of life lately since they've been holding it up. But the horses in them races have come back to him a little bit, you know, because it's been heavy going. Now they won't come back the same today, you know, because it's not heavy going. So whether he'll quite do it today, I don't know. But he's still improving. They found the key to him, so it's not without a big chance. Walk On, last run over hurdles, flop, didn't like it, you know, didn't like it at all. But if you look at all his chase form, so if you look at all his chase form, it's really good form, consistent, likes it here. They put the cheap pieces on, and I think it's a big price for what it's done, you know. The stable's in form, but I think that Freddie Murphy, once again, has set up divas to win this race. They've run in it last 2 times, they've been placed and that in it, and I think, again, they've brought it along nicely with this race in mind. It's got a nice weight at 10-4, and at 20 to 1, 25 to 1, it looks to be peaking at the right time. So I think it's worth having a go at that one. I think divas will go in, you know. I think divas to win with a saver on Walk On. 440, amateurs race, lovely race, really good for me. I've done really well on it. Super Duty, it's got one of the best amateurs on board. It's been booked up a while, but it's very, very one-paced. And I'm not sure it's got the stamina to get up this hill at the end of the race. Frisco Deco has some good form, gone off the boil a bit lately, made a few jumping mistakes, and that's its problem. If it can get its jumping together around here, then it's got a good chance. But if it doesn't, you know, that's it, it's out of the race, so it might struggle. Swing Bill loves it here, lots of weight, £7 claim on, but I just think it might have just a bit too much. And at age of 12, it's going to be losing a bit of speed. Another one at Pipe Horses, Problema Tick. It's another one, if it jumps round without any mistakes, it's got a really good chance, but it makes too many mistakes. So that's got to be a worry, you know. Chartreau has got another one of the top outers booked, but if you'd have seen it with the other day, it's got its quirks. You wouldn't put your money on it. It doesn't like it. And I'm not sure if the upper finish will suit, so again, not for me. Galaxy Run, another John Joe horse. If money's down, it'll run well, and that's what it is. Money don't look like it's down today, so not for me. And as well as that, it's got a long break to overcome. My 2 against the field are Relax and Prince of Pirates. Prince of Pirates makes the odd mistake, but it never looks like it's falling, and it's improving still. Won 3 out of 6 over fences. I think it's got a good chance. And Nick de Bonville is riding well. You know, he's a good jockey. So I think he's got a chance. And then the other one is Relax. It got into a bit of a pace duel last time. This time, if they just sit behind the pace, I think it'll have more chance. So those are the 2 for me. Prince of Pirates and Relax. I'm backing them both, just to be on the safe side, you know. Last race today, 5:15. Cross-country race. If it goes off, it might even be Bantam today, I don't know yet. Not a race to get too heavily involved in. Takes a special kind of horse to win this race. Some of them can jump these fences, some can't. Uncle Junior, Outlaw Pete, Arabella Boy have all been laid out for this race, but some of them come here in better form than others. Outlaw Pete looks to be the best of those. Uncle Junior has the class, but he hasn't shown it lately, but if back in form, would have a chance. Sacred TP, a complete unknown from France, but has a chance. Wedgie Pardy likes it here again. But I think that if any currency can go around these fences, he's got the stamina, he's got the form, and he's got the class to win this at about 16 to 1. So I'm quite strongly favouring any currency out of the ones I know about. Right, let's hope we have a good day. Let's hope you win. If you don't blame me. If you win, look at it again tomorrow. Cheers.